Hi, I'm Mr. Santamont. Today we're going to draw Yatta from Dandy's World in a Steamboat Willie pose. And I'm going to tell you about an interesting story. This character reminds me of a time when I was in Brazil. We did a student exchange trip where a bunch of 18 American students went to Brazil to teach art to kids, to underprivileged kids in the favelas. And what we weren't told was that one of the side projects for the art students, especially, because there were about 6 arts education students. So this is when I was getting my credential. What they didn't tell us was they wanted the art students, the art college students, to team up with villagers in this really beautiful old city of Olinda. This is in Brazil, on Recife. And so we had this big meeting where all of these community members, these craftsmen of, we were college kids, and there's a room full of these Brazilian craftsmen who were all ages, like anywhere from our age, maybe a little bit older than us, to people who are in their maybe 50s and 60s who've been working most of their life in their specialty crafts, whether it was carving, sculpture, ceramics, painting. And so they were all waiting expectantly for us to come up with some brilliant community arts project. I had no idea I was going to be doing this. So I remember spending night after night hitting up the books, trying to figure out what would incorporate as many of the villagers' skills as possible. And I ended up with a marionette the size of a large room that would be operated from the 4 corners of the room with large ropes. And so you could each grab a rope with limbs attached and make it dance. So it would take multiple people to make this giant marionette dance. And, we got... After a few meetings, the craftsmen dwindled and kind of lost interest, but we did our best. It never really came to fruition, but I remember just being so nervous. I was just a kid, and I was trying to coach these lifelong craftsmen in Brazil in their own home country on how to tell them what to do. It was just a weird, awkward feeling, but in the end, it was a really interesting experience on how you realize you can't make everybody happy because, we could not please everybody with the project that we came up with. So anyway, here is the colored version. Hope you enjoyed this video. So all right, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. One last thing, I'd like to give a shout out to Annika for giving me a great idea to draw Yatta. So thanks, Annika.